Matt Magaw here with 330 to go high school football show. I have the privilege today to be able to interview head coach of Revere, Coach Nickol. How are you doing today? We have you on the line right now.
Hey, I'm doing great, guys. I'm happy to be with you.
Absolutely. So, Coach, you guys happen to be our game of the week. The fans spoke on our 330 to go high school football page. The Copley faithful and Revere faithful voted like crazy. It was a landslide. So, this week has you guys as our game of the week. Before we get to that, though, Coach, where we're at, week 8, you've been building stuff. You're trying to implement your system into Revere. Where are you guys at right now as a team as you guys enter week 9?
Yeah, so again, happy to be on with you guys. It's definitely a very big week here. Bell Week is enormous. It's something that we spend 364 other days of the year kind of getting ready for and getting prepped. So it's always on the minds of the kids. It's always on the minds of the student body and of the community. So, like anything, you get to week 9, you're just making sure you got enough bodies to go right now. So, we've been kind of going through the ringer a little bit the last 3 games that we've had. Very good teams in Barberton and Highland and Talmadge. So, coming out as best as you can. Everybody's going to be beat up right now. There's no doubt about that. It doesn't matter who you are. You could have the St. Ed's of the worlds or down to 30 some kids. You're going to be a little beat up. So now it's just about trying to find what you have health wise, trying to craft. I mean, we've been doing install stuff since May. So now it's just about fine tuning where we're at. Typical where I've been at before. We're a kind of ground and pound team. We're going to run the football. We're going to try to stop the run and play good defense. We're not going to be an aerial assault by any means. So it's just trying to grow from there. We've had a couple tough weeks offensively of getting things going. I thought our defense, kept us in a couple of games there that we had an opportunity to win. So now it's just about getting ready against a really strong opponent with a great offense. And just trying to build upon what we have and just trying to fine tune. That's really all you do right now. You're not out there beating each other up in weeks 9 and 10. You're just trying to fine tune and trying to execute a little bit better. And that's what we've been focused on the last couple of weeks is our execution.
Nice. So sounds like the formula, like you said, is there that you're looking at, keeping those bodies healthy, utilizing what you have. Was kind of looking over it. You guys, when you guys are pulling out the W's, you're scoring some points. As a matter of fact, it's 38.6 a game that you're averaging in those wins, and your defense plays phenomenal in those games. So I made me kind of look at it and say, well, what's Copley got going? So they're at like 23 points a game. So obviously you're going to try to teeter off that number a little bit. How important will it be on Friday night for you guys to get off to a quick offensive setting against the defense that has the potential to give up some points throughout the season? So what would be your focal point going into Friday night to get the offense flowing real quick?
Yeah, it's the generic coaches talk. I mean, when you start off hot, when you're not turning the ball over, when you're playing, good defense and you're running the football well, we're going to get off to a good track. And those games that we won, we've done that. Obviously, the games that we've lost, we've had our moments, but we just haven't been very consistent. The turnovers are very glaring in the games that we've lost. Again, we're not a team that's going to put ourselves at a ton of risk because we're not really throwing the ball a bunch, but it really is. It's getting off to a good start. Again, they've got a fantastic offense and they've got athletes all over the place, offensively and defensively. They got some good size on both lines. They are much, much better than their record. They've played a ton of tough teams. I know, coaches just get it going there in his first year over there, and they were working a lot of young guys in early on in the season, and they've gotten substantially better. And you could see that in the second half of the Barberton game last week where they went toe to toe with a good team. So, yeah, it's going to be just, again, cleaning up. I thought, look back a couple of weeks ago when we played Talmadge, we really did not execute very well, and that kind of put us in a hole. Same thing against Barberton. So it's just cleaning those little errors up early, getting off. We got to get first downs. That's the biggest thing. The games that we've struggled with, we're 3-and-out. Too many 3-and-outs. And when you have 3-and-outs, it doesn't matter if it's high school football, college, or on up, you're going to have a struggle to win those games. So that's really just trying to clean up. And like I said, they've got a very, very high-powered offense. So we got to figure out a way to keep them grounded a little bit.
So, Coach, as you get ready for Friday night, what would be your message to the Revere Minutemen faithful fan base that's going to be there for the game? What kind of message are you sending out to your community, your program, that culture that you're trying to keep? What would you say, Coach?
We're just going to be who we are. Again, this game is something the community talks about. It doesn't matter what the records are. It doesn't matter if we came in and there's 2 9-0 teams or there's 2 teams that are having a tough year. this game is something they care about. This game is something that I've got community members were asking me about it back in April, about how it's going to go this year with Copley, and so we're going to be who we are. We're going to be a physical football team. We're going to run the football. We're going to try to stop the run as best we can. And we're not going to waver from who we are. So that's something from back when Coach Papano really had this thing going 20, 30 years ago to Coach Stone. And now what we're just trying to do is get back to that mindset of, being a hard-nosed, blue-collar type of team. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to come in. We're going to be who we are. I've been very pleased no matter what we've done this year. Our kids have given great effort. They played physical football. And that's the biggest thing that we're going to be. We're just going to be Revere, and we're going to go after it, and we'll let everything lay as it goes.
Yeah, I like that, coach. The tip of the hat to the previous coaches. I like the mentality. Stay true to who you are. That's how you honestly build your identity, is staying true to yourself. With that being said, on game day, any odd superstitions that you have as a coach? Anything maybe even back on your playing days? Did you have some odd superstitions as you led up to game day?
I'm by nature a superstitious person anyway. So
Okay.
everything I do is very regimented, from, what I eat for breakfast to kind of just going through the school day and how I go about it. It drives my wife absolutely freaking crazy because she's way off the cuff. What kind of is weird this year is we don't have school on Friday. So we're off. I know they're off as well too. So that kind of throws everything out from a superstitious standpoint of what I wear and what I do. I'm just going to now, we're going to bring the kids in and have a breakfast in the morning and do a little walkthrough. So, in general, there won't be anything crazy this week. It's just all geared towards getting ready for that game. And like anything, you just want to make sure the kids are going home and going to bed at night when they don't know they don't have school the next morning, and getting there and ready to go. So, there won't be anything crazy this week. It's my mindset. It's just about making sure that the boys have their right mindset on, and they're good to go. So,
Hopefully, coach, that allows you to kind of decompress. I mean, I'm the same way. I'm so routine. I think your wife and my wife could probably talk and probably share some horror stories about how weird I can get with tendencies and stuff. So I appreciate that. But silver lining, maybe that out of routine would be the new routine. It allows you to maybe calm down, take a breath of fresh air, and really home in on that game plan that you'll have ready for Copley on Friday night. Well, coach, honestly, we just want to tell you, thank you so much for stepping on, being able to take a couple of questions, interview with us. Your fan base is great. Again, they voted you guys in as games of the game of the week. We appreciate it, Coach Nickol. Any lasting words that you'd like to leave us with before we adjourn?
no, guys, again, I'm just so thankful for what you guys and other media outlets do for high school football. We know how big it is in Northeast Ohio, and a lot of times these kids don't get enough recognition for all the hard work that they put in and what they do through all the grueling months, in the summers, and for the 10, 11 months that we're lifting weights. So, I just appreciate you guys a ton. Doesn't matter if the season's going well or not going is where we want it to be. Having outlets like you guys to really support the kids, it's fantastic, and they're very excited for it. And thank you guys again.
Well, thank you so much, Coach. We wish you guys the best on Friday night. Take care and have a great rest of the school week.
All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach.